We're back with another episode of Coffee with the County Local Voices, and today I'm talking to Human Resource Manager for APT, American Pete, and a great community leader, Katrina Rutz.
That's okay.
Welcome.
That's okay.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
I was excited. I know that we've got a really cool subject to talk about and something that's coming up in the near future. But first, always the story that we start with is, how did Aiken County find Katrina? How did Katrina find Aiken County? Are you born and bred, or are you coming from another area?
Yeah, so I was actually born and raised from Crosby. I am a true Ranger. Don't hold that against me.
No.
I graduated from there in 2006 and went to College of St. Scholastica to receive my degree in accounting. Did about 10 years in the banking industry. And then in 2014, I was hired on as the staff accountant for American Pete Technology. About 3 years ago, I actually transitioned over to human resources, found that that's probably more of my passion than numbers, and became their human resource manager. I live in Aiken now, and I'm a very busy mom to my two boys. So.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
That's always the busy part
It
of life,
is.
right?
It is. Yep.
Yeah, so it's good to hear. And Crosby, we won't hold it against you, but it's not that far away from here.
It's not.
And it's all about that northern area and making sure that we're doing what we can to keep people coming to Aiken County. And it's great that you're here.
Yeah,
and working with American
I
Pete.
did about 8 years on the actual Cuyuna Chamber. So I was part of their board for about 8 years. And so I really have a passion towards community and just creating these events that bring people together. And so it really kind of just puts everything all in a nice bow, right?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. And that leads us to, right, here's Katrina as the human resource manager, but now Katrina as the community leader. You have a program or you have an event that you're the lead organizer called Women Leading the Way. This is where you take over and tell me all about what is Women Leading the Way event.
So Women Leading the Way is an event we created, and we designed it for women in our community to come together to connect, reflect, and to build confidence. And it's helping women recognize their value and to step forward with purpose. And it's an event that we invite all women of all ages, no matter what stage of life you're in, to come and hear the same message. Last year, we had women, elementary students, we had high school students, we had college students, women just joining the workforce, women who've been in the workforce for a long time. We had women retired. Mothers brought their daughters, people brought their granddaughters. Really cool. So it was a really cool event for everyone to get together and really get the same message that we wanted them to get.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And, I was reading a little bit about it, and the story of how you brought it here is pretty interesting, right? You were in the Twin Cities area at an event. Tell me how that came about. Yeah,
so in 2024, a few of us women from American Pete Technology went down to a women leadership event. I left there feeling something I hadn't expected, and I left feeling empowered. On the way home, I kept thinking, man, there's got to be an event around here that we can bring community members. And so I tried finding an event like this, and I was really struggling. So I actually went to Brad Piper, our CEO, and I told him my idea and what the vision I had for this event. And he gave me a simple answer and just said, how can I help? That's really how Women Leading the Way started.
You're right. We don't have a lot of these type of events in rural Minnesota, and the need for it is there, right? So thank you for doing it and putting it on. I know it's not an easy thing to do, and it's a side gig because you already have a regular job, and as you mentioned before, a pretty busy family. So
yeah, but I think the biggest thing is I have a real passion for it, and so I would always encourage people, find your passion and then take action. You are driven more when you're doing something that you're passionate about. And this is something that I'm very passionate about, and people can tell it in the event.
You're like a walking billboard Inspirational quotes.
Empowerment.
I love it. So this is the second year, right? And it's coming back. And I know that the event is on April 22nd from 10 to 3. I know it's at the 40 Club Convention Center. Tell me about what this year's topics might be and that type of thing.
The topic is becoming a better version of you through self-awareness, self-affirmation, and self-reflection. How that came about was it actually is my goal. I thought about it after our last event, and I kind of did some self-reflection after our event. And I thought the way that I can show up the best for my family, for my workplace, and my community is becoming a better version of myself. And so I felt like if I feel that way, then there's a lot of women who feel that way. Really, this event is to build confidence in women because confident women help communities thrive. Mm-hmm. Confident women will speak up, they will take action, and they'll get results. Yeah. And that is how we will thrive in our communities and workplace.
Yeah, agreed. They will make the community better.
Mm-hmm. Women tend to put themselves on the back burner. We're always worried about getting our kids places. What are we going to have for dinner? What's the next big event we got to focus on? And we always tend to put ourselves on the back burner. And I want women to start investing in themselves. Investing in yourself is not selfish. It's powerful. And that impact will last a lifetime.
A keynote speaker that's going to be, we'll talk a little bit about how this is all going to work from the 10 to 3 time frame, but I don't know that they need a keynote speaker. Are you taking the time to stand up and do that as well?
Well, I'll probably do the welcome, but we have a welcome and then we do a panelist discussion for about 45 minutes.
Sure.
That will be more on the becoming a better version of yourself. So we just ask 4 local women leaders questions to kind of give other women advice. And I want women to feel like they're not alone. They're sitting in a room filled with women who have all going through the same struggles they are. And to give that connection that we so desperately need. So they'll have the panel discussion and then we'll have break for lunch, which is provided. And then we'll have the hour-long keynote speaker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the panel itself is some pretty important women leaders in our area already, right? I know that Jill Casper from CTC, I think she's director of marketing and things like that. Deb Gruber from director of HR at Riverwood. Emily Killinen, is that how you say that? She's a counselor, in her own right. And Jamie Westerman, advanced practice nurse practitioner from Cuyuna. Maybe you guys went to school together or something. You brought somebody from Cuyuna over. It's okay. We can cross that Aiken, Crow, and
They're
County
actually
line.
A pretty big sponsor, CRMC is. And so we wanted to, I reached out to them and said, hey, who can you help with? Or who can you get to help us with this subject? And so they suggested Jamie. Emily, I actually know. She's a very big supporter in our community. She's a softball coach. She's a volleyball coach for a lot of the high school and elementary girls. And so she's very important to our community. Deb Gruber, I met her through Lisa. She recommended her. So a lot of these, and then Jill Casper is actually a returning panelist. She did such a fantastic job last year that people wanted her back. And so we brought her back on.
And the keynote speaker, it's Christy Huber.
It's Christy Huber, yep. And she's coming on. So she was recommended to me through Renee, who was our keynote speaker last year. And I met with Christy and I fell in love with her. And her topic is, I think, going to be so impactful to our women audience. It's about finding yourself again. It's very natural along the way for us to lose our true self. We're busy, we're trying to get things done, and we really lose our values and, our passions. And so she's kind of directing us to come back to that. And I think that's so important and it's going to be really impactful.
Yeah, it's hugely important work, and it's crazy that again we don't have more of this, and we do need more of this for everything to continue to grow and flourish. You also have an MC that is quite entertaining. Does quite a
Kristen
great job.
Bakke. She's coming back again. Worked with her a few times at American Pete Technology doing different projects, and I reached out to her last year and she said sign me up, and then I reached out to her this year and she didn't want to miss it. So she comes back. She's fantastic as an MC, and so I'm excited to have her back.
She has a past life as a newscaster.
Yeah,
right?
a newscaster up in Duluth. Yep. Yeah. And so she's very used to this kind of atmosphere.
If I want to join listeners out there, how do I get involved? How do I sign up?
Yeah, so you can go to our website at www.wltwmn.org and you can register there. We are not doing tickets at the door, so you do have to pre-register. You can go to our page. It has more information about our speakers. If you're looking at sponsorship opportunities, there's a sponsorship page as well. So I would encourage you to go out and look at our website. It also talks about our Bio Girls, which is who we send the proceeds to for this event. So Bio Girls is actually was created in Fargo, North Dakota. There's a chapter in Crosby. It's the closest chapter we have here. And it's such a great program. It's for girls 3rd through 6th grade that can get together and they learn such valuable things. They learn how to be kind, how to be confident, how to support one another. For some reason, women tend to compete with each other and we need to be supporting one another. And so they learn all these things, which I wish I had that when I was younger. So it's a great program and we're so glad to partner with them. We had them there last year. Hannah Wessner, who is the director of that chapter, she did a speech. They also had a booth there to kind of give more information. So if there's women here in Aiken that want to start a chapter, she would be the person to reach out to. So it's a really cool thing. I love the program. It's like a full cycle of what we want this event to be. It's pretty
sounds like
great.
It's going to be a great day.
Yeah.
And, my compliments to you for bringing it to the area. Also, APT for having, the foresight to see that this is an important thing.
Yeah. American Pete Technology, I couldn't do it without them or my CEO, Brad Piper. To have the support that I get from them to do such an event. Stewardship is one of our core values at APT, and we believe that hosting an event like this is being a good steward for our community, and we just see so much value into it.
This and many other things that American Pete does for our community, and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Looking forward to hearing how it all goes. Hopefully you'll come back and see us afterwards.
Yeah,
and
it'd be great.
Talk about 2027 version of Women Leading the Way.
Well, hopefully, yeah. We actually, Her Voice magazine just did an article too about women leading the way, so I encourage people to go to the newsstands and pick that up just to learn a little bit more about it. Learn about our sponsorship, learning about what our mission is, because I think it's so important too. And I want women to feel like if they're listening to this and they're questioning if they belong in a room like this, they do.
Yeah.
We all do. And I would encourage them to come in with an open mind, be a little bit vulnerable, be open to growth. And I think they'll leave with such an empowerment that they'll go and make a real impact in our community.
Yeah, I'm excited for you and for all of them to go through it. Again, it's April 22nd, 10 to 3 at the 40 Club Convention Center. Please sign up on the website beforehand. No tickets at the door, so they want to know you're coming and get you all settled in. But please reach out and do that. And Katrina, thank you for the work that you're doing in our community. Thanks for coming here and being on Coffee with the County, and hopefully you'll come back and we can talk about how it went.
Love to. Yeah, I'd love to. And I hope we keep doing it, and I hope that people really see the impact that this will bring to our community.
Well, thank you, and you're listening to Coffee with the County.